Hi everyone, it's Phil here from Ashland Leather. I really wanted to show you this raw Shell Cordovan Giant of the Fox, which is a new offering for us here at Ashland. But I've also got all this other stuff that we're sending out today. Everybody that has ordered something from us over the weekend should be seeing it in the video today, and I can't wait for you to have these. Let's start out first here, showing you this new raw Shell Cordovan Giant of the Fox. We've made a couple of these before, but we're going to put it up this week as a standard item on our website, and I'm really excited about these. The raw Shell Cordovan has been a dream of mine for about 10 years now, and this leather was designed with a thought in mind of patina, and patina alone. We wanted to make a leather that would have the most dramatic potential and change in patina. And what happens is when you wear this leather, and naturally with just normal use, you'll see the color change to become a little bit more dark and more golden brown in color. But what's also really cool and perhaps unique to veg tan leathers like this raw shell is the luster starts to change over time. So you can see here, it starts off kind of dull, but when this gets used a bit, it really develops its own little sheen to it and becomes much more shiny like a normal piece of Shell Cordovan would. So by wearing it, it sort of becomes to your own unique style, and that's what makes it really special. This raw shell Giant of the Fox has a really cool reverse interior, and this one is color 8 reverse. And on the color 8 reverse, we get an interesting range of color from sort of a lightish orange tan. You can see here on the top right, and it goes all the way to the darkest shade, which is almost more like a true color 8. And the dark shades like this are kind of rare. So they're often more of this tan shade that we see on the right, but I wanted to show you this one to give you a good sense of the full range of color. Up next, I really wanted to show you this beautiful intense blue Shell Cordovan Fat Herbie. And the intense blue has this really great aqua blue color at certain angles, and then it ranges to a darker, more of like a true navy color at other angles. And just the combination of those two colors is really, really interesting. The intense blue shells that we have currently are a very vibrant blue, and that's very tough to get on any leather, especially when you consider the fact that this leather is almost 50% waxes, oils, and grease. So getting any amount of vibrance of the blue in there in general is just very difficult. So it's really nice for me to see, and I hope that color is translating properly on the video here. It's just a really beautiful aqua blue shade. Again, intense blue on the outside, intense blue on the inside, and we have a great Horween ink stamp right in the center. So I had a special request for a valet tray to be made sort of the opposite way that we normally do. Usually we try to have this reverse Shell Cordovan with the Horween ink stamp on the inside of the tray. This customer had asked for it to be reversed, and I actually really like the result here. You get the shell on the inside where all of your contents will be, and then we get a little bit of a cool look on the outside here with the black reverse, which is more of that greenish tan shade, and it gives you a sense of just the range of the black reverse here. A little bit lighter to a little bit darker of a green with the Horween ink stamp also on the bottom here. Looks like this one was cut just about perfectly in the center. But I kind of like this option. If you're into one of these, I can definitely make it for you. Just let me know. And I'm skimming over the table here. There's a wide range of different wallet styles that we have today and tons of different colors. So this is probably a good representative video of some of the stuff that we do here at Ashland. But let's talk about this black Shell Cordovan Giant of the Fox. And the Giant of the Fox is our most popular style. It's got the 6 card slots on the inside with 2 hidden card slots underneath, as well as this bill slot in the back. And this bill slot is designed for US dollars. But this is a really nice piece of black shell on the outside. And with the black reverse interior, I really like how these reverse interiors wear in, because the reverse side of the shell is much more easily filled in. When this will scuff against itself with the raised letters and numbers of your cards, I think the reverse is just a little bit easier to fill in than the shell side. And on top of that, I just think it looks really cool. You get all these random die marks and just randomization that makes this wallet really unique. No two are alike, and I think that's what I like about the reverse. We've had several people pick up our Tanner's Blend conditioner. Now, this is a conditioner that was developed by an 8th generation leather tanner. His name is Chris Kolblinger. He's currently the tanner at Horween Leather Company. This is a really special product, and I've seen people have exceptional results on everything from their footwear, even to antique furniture. I haven't done a really good job of promoting this product, and I think I'm going to change that because customers have been sending me some photos of the before and after, of this antique furniture or just older furniture in general. And the way that it upgrades the leather, it's almost like it breathes new life back into it. So if you've used the Tanner's Blend on anything, I would love if you would send me a photo. That would be really helpful and I can share with everybody. Up next, this is a really special whiskey Shell Cordovan John the Fox. These are currently on sale on our website, which is awesome because the whiskey shell is very difficult for us to get. It's a rarely produced color of Shell Cordovan, and it's a little bit darker and more golden when compared to something like the natural shell, which is why I think people like it. It's just a little bit different of a version of the natural Shell Cordovan. Really nice shells here, and just check out the luster on that one. On the inside, we've paired it with a mock horsehide interior, and the word mock is confusing because it's a shortened phrase for moccasin. And that's just what we've been calling it because that's what the tannery's been calling it for about 100 years. It's just mock latigo. So we decided to not reinvent the wheel, keep it called mock, and it's just this light tan shade. And this leather is made specifically for us by Horween. It's designed to be as thin as possible, as strong as possible, and have really nice aging characteristics because it's a combination tan leather, and there's a good amount of veg character in this latigo. And a few minutes ago, we saw a really beautiful piece of intense blue on the Fat Herbie. This is the little brother to the Fat Herbie, also in intense blue Shell Cordovan. This has that really great aqua color underneath that ranges to a little bit more of a navy. And looking at the back here, it just looks like this middle piece here is a little bit more blue than the piece underneath, which is a little bit more navy at this angle. And other angles, you'll see that sort of look the same. But this is a good example here of the color range on the intense blue. And on the inside, again, we've cut a nice little ink stamp right in the center. Really nice. I really like the intense blue Shell Cordovan. One of the only colors that I like more than the intense blue is this amaretto. And the amaretto shell is a really vibrant orangey tan. It's sort of like a light tan shade with a really nice vibrance to it. And I'm hoping this appears properly here, but it has this really great range. When you look at it at certain angles, it gets a little bit darker, a little bit more of like a medium red brown, like that angle. And then other angles, it's very vibrant tan. So it's really nice. It actually reminds me of the color of the English tan, but this in the shell is just a little bit more vibrant, and you get a really smooth feel, really smooth look, and a bright shiny luster. And here's a really special Fat Herbie. This one is in Color 8 Marbled Shell Cordovan, and this Color 8 Marbled is much less red and burgundy to it than most. And I really, really like it. I like these random sort of horizontal marks that were marbled into the shell. I think that's really cool. On the inside, we've got a little bit more red, especially in the left here. And I really like this contrast. I think this one is super special. It's one of my favorite pieces of marbled shell. So here's another piece of Color 8 marbled shell, but this one is on our Frank the Enforcer. And I think this one is a bit more red and burgundy shades that are sort of what you think of when you think of Color 8. And the marbles are all random. So we will see a range of color from a classic burgundy Color 8 shade all the way down to more of like a lightish tan that we see on the back here. And I really like when you get to see them close together. I like when you get to see a little bit of burgundy on the left there and then go right towards a more orangey tan. It's a really great Frank the Enforcer going out today. And here we have one of our valet trays in Color 8 Shell Cordovan. This is the standard way that we offer them. The first one I showed in the video today was sort of the inverse of this, where you have the reverse side of the shell touching the table. This one we have the shell touching the table, so you get to see the ink stamp right inside. I think I like them both ways, but this is the way that we normally sell them. And here's another wallet with a really great ink stamp. This is a black all reverse shell Johnny the Fox. And it does not look black at all, and that is very confusing. But that's because the unintended reverse side of the black shells are this tan green shade. And this color ranges from this light tan of a green, which is the one you see here, all the way towards a darker green, like a forest green on the bottom right. There's a little bits of blue color in there as well. But I really like these, especially for the all reverse. And what's cool about this is a couple things. You get to see the ink stamp from Horween Shell Cordovan on the outside of the wallet. But what's also really great is when this wears in, it wears in as nicely as any other veg, because it is veg tan. So you'll start to see, right now it's a little bit dull, but you'll see this luster develop naturally over time, sort of like the raw shell where it becomes brighter and more dramatic and more shiny of an appearance. It's a little bit matte and subtle of a luster right now. And on the inside, more reverse shell cordovan. And this is another really good range of color that we can expect to see on the black reverse. About as dark as it gets on the bottom right, towards about as light as it gets on the top right, and everything in between all over on the inside of this one. Here's a natural chrome excel Bugs Moran, and I really like the form factor of the Bugs Moran. It's just perfectly handheld. And with this natural chrome excel, I really like holding it in my hand because it just has a really great rich feel to it. And again, that's because the chrome excel and Shell Cordovan is almost half waxes, greases, and oils that we've tanned into the leather. It makes it really special, really nice to hold and feel. On the inside, more natural chrome excel. It's a really clean look when we have the one tonal color on the inside and out. And speaking of natural chrome excel, this is a natural chrome excel Fat Herbie. Again, that really great, rich, waxy, oily feel of the chrome excel. A lot of people have boots and shoes made out of this chrome excel. It's a very nice leather for footwear, but it's also really nice in a wallet. And that's because the combination tanned character of this leather, there's a lot of veg in it. And the veg tan character will help to mold the leather around whatever you put inside of it. And on the Fat Herbie, when that molds around, because of this card layout, the Fat Herbie lays thinner than most wallets, especially like a wallet where you're stacking a lot of cards. This one helps to spread the contents out over more surface area. So if you're a back pocket wallet guy like I am, it makes it for the perfect back pocket wallet. And up next here, this is another one of my favorite leathers, and this is the color that reminds me of the amaretto shell. And this is the English Tan Dublin. It's a really nice light tan shade with a bit of orange to it. Very cool. And I really like the Dublin a lot. It has a really great burst effect on it, so you get a great depth of color. The surface is a little bit darker, the undertones are a little lighter, and when they come together like that, it's just a very pleasant combination. We also have that mock horsehide interior, which makes this wallet very thin. Even if you put multiple cards in each of these card holders, I think you can fit 18 cards in this and still have a nice thin bifold made out of premium Horween leather. And here's another Giant of the Fox, also in Dublin, but this is in the black Dublin. And for me, the black Dublin is the best black leather that you can get. And that's because a lot of black leathers are not very naturally finished. They're often finished with a heavy layer of essentially paint. So it doesn't really look like leather at that point. Whereas on this Dublin, they're not using any of those heavy finishes at all. So you get all that natural grain character that you expect from a premium leather. But this one's just been finished with a bit of wax. So there's no like solid finishes in there. You can see right through to that natural grain, and it just has a really great look and feel. On the inside of this one, we've paired it with a teal Latigo horsehide. So the black and teal together, I think that's super cool. And a lot of people, it seems like people agree, this is one of the only color combinations that we offer as a standard offering. And this one has been personalized for JML. And if you're not into color combinations, this is another black Dublin John of the Fox. Beautiful black Dublins. I think it's my favorite black leather ever. And this one has a black horsehide interior. So if you're looking for more of a stealthed out, clean, classic look, this is probably the way to go. All right, I've got 3 different Color 8 Chrome Excel wallets to show you. So we have a new Giant of the Fox in Color 8 Chrome Excel. Super nice. A Bugs Moran here on the table. We've also got a Tony the Ant, but let's talk about the Color 8 Chrome Excel. So Color 8 is just a color name. You can make any leather to match the Color 8 Shell Cordovan. And all it is sort of a dark brown burgundy shade. I notice it's a little bit more vibrant on everything that's not shell. The shell tends to be a little bit darker and less vibrant. And I'm not certain why that is. I believe it has to do with the hot stuffing blend of how they impregnate the waxes and oils into the leather itself. That just makes it a little bit muddier on the shells and a little bit more vibrant on the non-shell stuff. But this Color 8 Chrome Excel is a new option that you can choose on our Giant of the Fox, our most popular style. And I think it goes really well with the black horsehide interior. This sort of burgundy and black together is really cool. This Giant of the Fox has been personalized for LJV. And now let's look at the Bugs Moran and Tony the Ant. These two styles are very similar. Now let's take a look at the Bugs Moran and the Tony the Ant. These two styles are very similar. The Tony the Ant actually came first. People wanted the Fat Herbie in a more minimalist form factor, so we made this guy. And then a lot of people wanted the Tony the Ant without a bill slot in the back to make it even more minimalist, and that's how we came up with Bugs Moran. So it's pretty similar. The only differences are, the big one is no bill slot in the back, but then we also compacted it. We made it a little tighter, a little less long, and a little more compact. So the Bugs Moran is perfect for a front pocket wallet, but if you're looking to have a cash slot, that's what the Tony the Ant is for. So both these are very nice, and both of these are in color 8 Chrome Excel. And the last wallet of the day. This is natural Lancaster on our Fat Herbie. I've stopped keeping track of my Lancaster Fat Herbie, but here's mine. And I've been wearing this one for about 110 days. Stopped counting at 100. But somebody picked up one of these. I'm enjoying how this wears in. I wanted to give you a demo of what I've seen to be the change in it. It starts off kind of more of a matte finish. It's not very bright and shiny at all. But if you can see here on mine that I've been wearing, it's much shinier. It has a really nice face to it. So that's the big change in aging and patina that I've seen on the Lancaster. But it doesn't seem to change color very dramatically. If you can see here, they're both pretty similar. It's a little bit more, it's a tiny bit darker the way it's worn in, but not very much. So I would not suggest it if you're looking for a dramatic darkening effect. But the way that this luster has developed is super, super nice. And I just think it's really interesting to see how this leather changes just through normal use. So thanks for checking out everything today, including this natural Lancaster, which is the newest leather offering from Horween. I think it's pretty cool. It's a nice veg look. And then we've got some other new things like the Color 8 Chrome Excel, which is sort of a classic color, but a new offering. Nice little twist there. So thanks again. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to let me know. Send me some photos of your stuff with the Tanner's blend on it. I really appreciate that. And take care. Bye.